There we go. Hey Charlie, how are you doing? Okay, hi, hello everybody, welcome back to Farm Sim Friday. How's everyone been? Hope everyone's had a great week. Are you feeling a little better today? I am STFC, yes, I'm feeling much better, I'm happy to say. Very sorry for ending Wednesday's stream early. We'll talk more about that in a minute, but yeah, I'm feeling better today, glad to be back. I've already got the game loaded up and ready to go because I am looking forward to this. I'm really enjoying this ultra realism series that we've got going on for Farming Sim. So we're not wasting any time. We're diving straight into it today, and I'll talk about what's going on as we play. So, first things first. Last week we made some bales, some straw bales and some grass bales, and we sold the straw bales. Now, that was a bit of a mistake, as it turns out, because we can feed the straw to our cows. Now, I didn't realise this. We fed the cows just some regular grass bales, but what I want to try to do today is feed them total mixed ration instead, which is a lot better for them. So total mixed ration is a mixture of hay, silage, and straw. You need a special wagon to mix it, so we're going to have to buy one of those. But we do have pretty much everything else. We don't have any straw bales, because unfortunately we sold those last week. I didn't think about, keeping them for this purpose. So we'll have to buy in a couple of straw bales, but we've got plenty of grass bales. All we need to do is wrap some of those with a bale wrapper to make silage, and then get ourselves a mixer wagon. And we can start feeding the cows total mixed ration instead of just grass, which will be a lot better for them. Speaking of the cows, they're all doing pretty good. Their health is at, where does it say health? 36, 38%-ish. So they're not doing too bad. They do need a bit of water, and obviously they need some more food, but we're going to sort that today. Can you start playing a multiplayer Farming Sim server? At some point, CK, I might revisit the idea of a multiplayer server for Farming Sim. I wouldn't hold your breath, to be quite honest with you, because I did a multiplayer server before, and nobody really used it, and it just seemed pointless paying for it. So I can't make any promises. If there is genuinely enough demand for it, then it is something that I would consider, but last time I tried it, there just weren't enough people to justify it. Okay, we're going to head back up here because we did finish last week's stream in the middle of a job, and unfortunately I haven't had time to play the game since then, so the job is still not finished. We still have some bales to load onto the bale trailer, and as you can see, we've made a right balls up of it so far. So I think for now we might just leave this as it is. We're going to need to wrap some of these bales anyway to make silage, so it might be a good idea to not bother loading these up, and I'll take the tractor to the shop and get a bale wrapper, and we'll bring it back here and wrap them up. That seems like as good a place as any to start. Where's my keys? The other thing I want to mention as well, obviously we played SnowRunner the other day, and I used a program called Universal Control Remapper to allow me to play it with all of my... Wait. Oh, I didn't have my ignition lock turned on. Yeah, we played with the Universal Control Remapper. Why is my ignition key's not working? Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? I can't start the tractor. Is it because it wasn't... Okay, none of my stuff's actually... What the hell's going on? None of my devices are working. I know why. I know why. Just a second. It's because of the universal control remapper that we were using for SnowRunner the other day. 1 second. No. Yes. Finish. Where is it? There we go. Okay. Has that worked? Has that fixed anything? No, it hasn't. Reconnect the devices afterwards for the change to take effect. Oh, do I need to... Hold on. Turn them all off. And turn them all back on again. Oh! It did something that time. Aha! There we go. Sorry about that. Again, this is because of SnowRunner the other day. We were using a program called hide. Basically, it's a thing that hides your devices from certain applications. It was the only way that I could get the controls to work with SnowRunner. Basically, I mapped all of the controls to keyboard inputs and then hid all the devices so that SnowRunner... The game didn't know that all of my devices were plugged in, basically. It's complicated. But I forgot that I still had that turned on, so Farming Sim also didn't recognise that any of my devices were plugged in. It's fixed now. We'll say no more about it because it's honestly too much hassle to explain. It's working. That's the main thing. Now, as I was saying before that interruption, I am planning on using the Universal Control Remapper for Farming Sim in the future, because it would be really amazing to get the gear shifter and handbrake working on Farming Sim, which they don't by default, they're not supported. Why can't I open the gate? There we go. We're not off to a particularly smooth start today, are we? I'm just going to leave the gate open. Then we don't have to worry about opening it again on the way back. Let's put the beacon light on, now that that's working. And we're going to head down to the shop. We're going to buy a bale wrapper, so that we can make some silage. So in other words, you probably need to buy a gear set that probably costs an arm and a leg. No, Draydog, you can do it completely free of charge. Like I say, the program that I used for SnowRunner was Universal Control Remapper. Basically what it does is it lets you map any input from a device to another device. So basically you can set it so that whenever I put the gear shifter into a certain position, it tells the game that I've pressed a key on the keyboard, and then you just map the keyboard controls to the game. You kind of have to do that with SnowRunner, because SnowRunner won't let you plug in multiple devices at once. Like, if you've got a steering wheel plugged in, you can't have a gear shifter as well. And obviously, I've got quite a lot of gear here, so the only way to play SnowRunner with all of this stuff is to use this remapper, so the game thinks that I'm playing with a keyboard. But yeah, it's free of charge, so it's a bit of hassle to set up, but if I can get it to work with Farming Sim as well, then I should be able to use my gear shifter and handbrake for Farming Sim, which would be very good. That makes sense. Thought you needed a new set. Joined halfway through the conversation. No, thankfully not. Thankfully not. Bales... Wrappers. Okay, now our baler doesn't have a built-in wrapping device, so we're going to have to buy one separately. We'll just go for the cheapest option. We don't really need anything fancy for this. This will do the job quite nicely. Support roller, what's that? I don't know. I don't think it really makes much difference. 3-point hitch, yes. Ronnie wrap, sure. Oh, actually, we can choose the color of the bale wrap. I like green. I like green bale wrap. This sort of mint green color. I love seeing that IRL on wrapped bales. So let's go for that. And then we are going to have to come back here again for the mixer wagon later on in the stream. Okay. Q, Z. Does it not have a PTO? Oh, I guess not. Okay, and we're off. Evening, Fred. How are you doing? I'm just thinking as well, we have actually got grass bales, not hay bales, and I don't think the mixer wagon will accept those. So we might have to make some more bales and make sure that they're hay, not grass. And for those who aren't agriculturally minded, hay is just dried grass. But once you've made it into a bale, it becomes a lot harder for it to dry, because they kind of keep the moisture in, you know? So once you've made a grass bale, it's going to stay as grass, it's not going to become hay, really. You got to turn it into hay first, and then make it into bales, which is what we didn't do. Did you play BeamNG Drive? Says CK Games. I have played BeamNG Drive, yes, a couple of times. I think it's an interesting, like, sort of sandbox and like proof of concept, but to be honest, it got kind of boring for me after a while. I like the idea, and I love the like super realistic damage physics and stuff like that. But yeah, it just bored me after a while, to be quite honest with you. Like I say, it's a good proof of concept, but I'd like it to be more of a game as well, you know? Okay, here we are. Unfold. Lower. And let's wrap our first bale. There we go. So there's 6 loose bales. We'll wrap all of them. And then the ones on the trailer, I don't know what we'll do with the ones on the trailer, to be honest. Okay, and unload. Perfect. I love that colour. I love that colour. There's a farm near me. They always wrap their bales in this mint green. I like it. Are they making a new farming sim game this year? No, Charlie. The next major farming sim will probably be 2028. Or, well, it'll come out at the end of 27. But yeah, the current schedule is once every 3 years. Like the last one, the most recent one before this was 22. Then before that was 19. It used to be every 2 years, but it's every 3 now, or at least it has been for the last few installments. Whilst we've got people watching, by the way, I just want to remind everyone that I have started a new account on TikTok. Please do go and follow it, because in February, this account that we're on right now is going to be abandoned. I'm moving everything over to the new account because this account's been shadow banned. So please go and follow the new account. It's just called Ashindak. I've already posted a few videos over there, and over the next week or so, I'm going to be posting a lot of my older stuff from this channel over onto that one. And yeah, by the end of the month, I will be stopping posting on this channel. There'll be no more live streams, no more videos. It'll all be over on the new account. So please go and follow it. Thanks for following that, Aviation Geek. Thank you very much. The videos are doing well, aren't they? They are, STFC. The new account's got 200 followers already, which is, you know, I'm very happy with. We've already got one video that's got over 15,000 views in 2 days. The last time I had a video on this channel get that many views was over 8 months ago. It's absolutely insane to see the difference. Like, nowadays, when I post a video on this account, I'm lucky if it gets 1,000 views in a week. And it's just so... it's such a contrast, you know, posting a video on the new account and it just immediately gets views. That's how it used to be here before I got shadow banned. My videos used to actually do quite well, you know, way back when. So I think I've made the right choice. Let's put it that way. I'm happy with the decision. I'm happy to, you know, leave this account behind and move forward with the new one. I think it's the right choice. Ain't seen you stream in months, says Joe. Thank you for proving my point, Joe. Exactly. You haven't seen my stream in months because TikTok hasn't been telling you when I'm live. That's why I've started a new account. So that TikTok does actually start telling people when I'm live again. But yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with my decision. Obviously, it's going to take a long time to build up the amount of followers that I have on this channel, but honestly, it's worth it. It's worth, you know, it's kind of worth starting again rather than trying to continue with the current situation, which just isn't working out. Evening, Charlie. How are you doing? Anyway, back to the game. We've wrapped 6 bales. I don't think they turn into silage immediately. Yeah, so I think it's either precision farming or some other mod actually adds a fermentation time to bales. So in the base game, you wrap them and they just become silage immediately. With this mod, we have to actually wait for a bit for them to turn into silage. So we'll go away, we'll come back. In the meantime, we could go and buy the mixer wagon and see. I am curious if it will accept those grass bales. So let's do that. We're gonna have to buy it at some point anyway. Let's go down the shop now and buy ourselves that. Joe says, got any advice for revision? Because I can't be arsed with English. Cue cards. Cue cards, when I was revising for my GCSEs, cue cards were... They worked for me. I think everyone has a different... You know, different things work for different people. But for me personally, just get like 1,000 post-it notes or little, you know, little cards and just write little bits and pieces on them. And just go through them, you know. That's what I did. That's how I did most of my revision with cue cards and stuff like that. And I did all right. I got an A in English, and I also got another A in English because I did English Lit and English Lang. Didn't do it at A level. I didn't actually enjoy English that much, to be honest. What's it nowadays, like a 7 or 8? Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, they don't use letter grades anymore, do we? In the UK now. I think an A is the equivalent of an 8, and an A star would be a 9. Yeah, nine's the highest, right, under the new system. So 9 would be an A star, 8 would be an A, 7 would be a B. I think. I don't know. It's been 12 years since I did my GCSEs. I don't know how the system works. Okay, we're back at the shop, and we are going to buy a mixing wagon. Just check there isn't one in the used vehicle sale. There might even be something on the policies tab. Let's have a quick look. Animal feed. Oh no, we're doing bad. We lost 12 points because our animals went 4 hours without food. Alright, you don't have to rub it in. Oh, it's, why have I not got a cursor anymore? I have no cursor in-game. Okay, I see what's happening. It's doing that thing. Have you ever... Has this ever happened, people, where you're playing a full-screen game and your cursor just disappears, but it's still there? Like, you can still see... You can hover over stuff in the game, but you can't actually see the physical cursor. It's just not there. That's what's happened right now. So I can't actually check the schemes tab because there's no way to get to it without my mouse. Never mind. Back to the shop. We'll buy ourselves a mixing wagon. We'll go for... Oh! Oh, is this a mixer, or is it just a loader? Because that's quite cheap. The cheapest proper mixing wagon is the RA142. I don't know if this mixes, or it just picks stuff up. It's got a screw in it. It kind of looks like it could mix. But I don't know if I want to risk spending £8,000 on it if it doesn't mix. Agitators. What's... And also, we don't have a front loader, so I'm not going to risk it. We'll get the Kuhn RA142. It's a good sized mixer wagon. We are going to end up getting more cows anyway, so we probably need something that's, you know, got a bit more capacity to it. Let's take this. I should also, whilst we're at the shop, put some straw into it. Like I said earlier, unfortunately I sold all of my straw bales because I didn't realise that we were going to need them. So we'll just have to buy some from the shop and load those in. Okay, attach the PTO and the cables, and also the actual hitch. Right, so this accepts grass, hay, hay, silage, straw, and mineral feed. So let's start with straw. We'll just buy one for now because I'm not sure how big. I'm not sure what the capacity is of this loading wagon. And yes, I know it's unrealistic, but we're going to use the pallet loader to pick up the bale because we don't have any bale spikes down here at the shop. And if it works, you know? Okay, in it goes. Oh, it hasn't been turned on. Has it not detected it? Ah, there we go. It's half full already. So it can only hold two... It can only hold 2 bales worth of material, but we need to put 3 bales of material into it to make... to actually be able to mix, right? You know what? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go. Put the forklift back. Don't just leave it there. Keep clear. Too late. We're stopping here. There we go. Let's go feed some cows. How's everyone's week been anyway? What have you been up to? Out or out? I've been spending most of the last 3 days just posting to TikTok because I'm desperately trying to move as many of my old videos onto my new account as I can. But it should all be done by next Friday. I've been posting 12 videos a day, so by next Friday we should have caught up to the present day. Bear in mind, that's over 1.5 years worth of videos that I've got to upload as quickly as possible. Why the new account, says Adam? Like Fred says, this account has unfortunately been shadow banned. For about 2 months now, I've been getting barely any views, barely any new followers. So I've started a new account. I'm currently moving all of my videos over, so most of my videos that are on this account I'm going to be posting on the new account as well. And starting from next month, I'm going to be streaming on the new account as well. So this account's going to basically be abandoned from that point on. I might private it as well, just because there's not really any point in keeping it as a public account if I'm not going to be posting or streaming on it. But yeah, the new account's called Ashindak. Please do go and check it out. It's going to be the exact same stuff that I post here. Like, I'm still going to be doing the same live streams and making the same kind of videos. It's just a new account to get around the fact that this one's been shadow banned. Thanks for following, Charlie. And again, please do follow my other account as well, if you don't mind. Okay, let's get a... Oh, these silage bales still aren't done, are they? 0% fermenting. I think we might have to leave these overnight to ferment. Turn the beacon light off a minute. I am curious if it will let us put a grass bale in the trailer. What's AMA, says Will Ashley. AMA is short for Ask Me Anything, Will, and I will do my best to answer. I'm here to be an open book. Thanks for following, Joe B. Okay, I am pretty sure this is not going to work. And if it doesn't work, we're going to have a bale stuck in there that we can't get out. This bale's not supported. Okay, thank you for confirming before we reach the point of no return. Okay. Oh shit, we got the front of the wheel loader stuck under the mixer wagon. I actually... Oh, I thought we wouldn't get out then. Okay. So we can't put grass in there, it has to be hay, which means these bales are basically useless. We might as well take them to the shop and sell them. We're going to have to make some more bales that are hay, not grass. And again, I'm aware that hay and grass are the same thing, but you have to dry the grass before you bale it, or it won't become hay. I mean, hay and grass are the same thing, you know, in the same sense that water and ice are the same thing. Like, they have the same makeup, but they're clearly different things, right? Anyway, that made more sense in my head. Let's detach this. And off we go. Okay. Q and Z. No PTO. There's no way out of this field at this end, is there? We got to turn around. Is that Kinlaig? It is, Joe. Yes, this is Kinlaig. Great map so far. I'm really enjoying it. So great to see an official UK map in a farming sim game, you know. And I do think Giant Software, they've really outdone themselves with it. I should put the beacon back on. Ooh. Right, now you go. Will you change your name on every platform to match TikTok? Probably not, STFC. I'll keep my name as Ashbridge Industries on other platforms. And in fact, it's more likely that I'll end up changing my name on my new account to match the old one at some point. Okay, here we go. A whole nother load of bales that are absolutely useless to us. We have no choice but to sell them. And try again. So, we'll get the mower out. We'll have to use this tractor because this is the only tractor we have that's got a linkage on the front. We'll put the mower on the front, tedder on the back, and then windrower and baler. Could you not have wrapped them into silage, says Joe. We've got enough silage bales for now. We've wrapped 6 bales. That should do us for the time being. And there'll be plenty of other opportunities to make silage bales. I just don't really want to be trying to find somewhere to put them right now. I feel a bit silly that I didn't really plan far enough ahead, you know? Like, if I'd have known last week that we were gonna end up getting a mixing wagon, I wouldn't have sold the hay bale, I wouldn't have sold the straw bales that we made last week, I wouldn't have I wouldn't have made these bales before I'd tethered the grass. But it's too late. What's done is done. What RAM? 32 gig HM. It's is it Corsair Vengeance? $4,000 DDR4, if you want to get technical. There's a bale here. Okay, well we'll wrap this one. We might as well wrap this one. I'm not going back to the shop again for the sake of one bale, you know. Move out of the way. What wheel do you have, says DTM? This is the Logitech G heavy equipment wheel. It is designed for farming sim specifically, but it works for other games as well. I've used it for Euro Truck. I've used it for SnowRunner. I've even played a couple of racing games with it, which is a bad idea because it's not designed for them, and I don't recommend. But if you play a lot of heavy-duty driving games, you know, trucks, tractors, buses, it's good for all of that sort of stuff. Okay, 7 silage bales. Lovely. Why won't it let me unload? Oh, because the hoses aren't attached. Lovely. But so it let me wrap the bale without the hoses being attached. But it wouldn't let me drop the bale off without the hoses attached. That's interesting. Evening, Charlie. How are you doing? Okay, bale wrapper. I will just leave this here for now. Things are already starting to become a bit of a mess on the farm. We are kind of just leaving equipment all over the place. But we'll tidy this all up eventually. There's more important things to do, though. We need to make more bales, and we need to make them quick. Do we even have a tedder? I actually don't know if we have a tedder. We got a windrower. We don't have a tedder because we didn't need one in the last game. Okay. Yeah, we don't have one. What's the best option? Let's see. Well, how wide's the mower? The mower we have is the Pottinger Novacat, which is 3.1 meters wide. So we can find a tedder about the same width. Okay, the narrowest one's 4.4 meters. That'll do. That'll do. It's cheap. It only costs 6 grand. I could afford one of these. I mean, I wouldn't have anything to use it on. I don't have a tractor, but I could buy one of them, maybe. So we're off to the shop for the 3rd time so far today. And probably not the last. Cows are doing alright. They're looking good. Got a hair on me. Get off. Oh, beacon. Nearly forgot. I should consider adding some music to these farming sim streams. It is very quiet in the cab, and obviously I'm playing with a mod that disables the external camera, so we kind of have to sit in the cab in silence. I would put the in-game radio on, but I don't want to risk it. I don't know what tracks are approved or what aren't. I just loaded first farming sim game on my laptop and it's now louder than the speakers, says Joe B. I know that feeling. Oh. Way back before I got a gaming PC, I had a Lenovo IdeaPad laptop. I think it was technically classed as a gaming laptop, but it was not very well equipped. And I put it through its paces, let me tell you. I played GTA 5 on that shit. And it ran it. It nearly melted, but it ran it. So yeah, I'm no stranger to making technology suffer. I'm no stranger to buying the cheapest, shittiest computer imaginable and forcing it to run the biggest game money can buy. It just crashed, I guess 8 gigabytes of RAM ain't enough. Oh, that is a shame, Joe. To be fair, my laptop had 16, so maybe 8 just doesn't quite cut it anymore. Mini there. I keep seeing so many different cars. There's the classic Mini, we've seen a modern Mini just then, there's a three-wheeler I've seen driving around, there was an Aston. I do like the selection of vehicles that, you know, that the NPC traffic that they've added on this map. Feels very British. Gonna try it on minimum graphics, fingers crossed. Good luck, Joe. Good luck. I don't mean to come across offensive, but can you grow a beard as trans? Yes, Ben. Unfortunately, I do grow a beard. And I have to shave it every day. In an ideal world, I wouldn't have a beard, but I can't help it. Okay, put this on the front. Do you play on PC? I do, Kyle, yes. Oh, does this have a PTO? Does the mower have a PTO? Yes. Right, mower on the front, tedder on the back. Let's make hay while the sun shines. Sorry for asking, but is there surgery you can get to stop growing facial hair? There are options. You can get laser hair removal, you can get electrolysis. It's very difficult to completely stop hair growth in the facial area once it's started, but there are ways that you can slow it down. But as someone who, you know, hasn't done any of that, I just grow facial hair at the normal rate, which is less than ideal. It would be nice if I didn't have to shave it every day, to be honest. You know, one day, hopefully, I won't have to. But that day is not today. Okay. We're making hay. We're mowing grass. The mower's on the front, cutting the grass. The tedder's on the back, turning the grass over to dry. We're making hay. Now, I don't know if the hay needs time to dry. Oh, it just changed texture while I was looking at it, so I'm guessing no. I'm guessing it's already dried, which is handy. I thought we might have to leave it for a bit. This field's bigger than I thought. Like, I was surprised how many grass bales we got out of it just from doing the headlands. Like, literally we just went round it a couple of times and we ended up with like 30 bales. Okay, just to confirm, I want to see it with my own eyes just to confirm. Yes, okay, the texture does change. So this is grass, that's hay. And give it a few seconds. Take your time. Why is it not changing? Come on, the other lot didn't take this long. Dry. Okay, right. It's just not going to dry while I'm looking at it, I guess. Right, well, fuck you. Whatever. It does dry. That's the main thing. It's working! Nice one, Joe. You finally got into the game. Congrats. We're going to have to move that mixing wagon out of the way. Never mind. Oh dear. Did it crash again, Joe? Well, shit happens, you know. I've been there, honestly, I get it. Okay, we got some hay now, though. That's good. I am gonna go and get the other tractor, I think, for the windrowing. Because the windrower doesn't have a very high horsepower requirement. But we are also playing with a mod which doesn't allow us to teleport, so we do have to actually walk back to the farm to get to the other tractor. Just in case anyone's wondering why I'm walking all over the place and not just, you know, teleporting to another tractor, I can't. We got a mod that disables it. This is realism. This is the authentic, realistic farming experience, alright? And god damn it, we're gonna walk. I like walking. I'm a walker. Might borrow my bro's PC. I don't like the use of the air quotes there, Joe. You're gonna ask him, right? You're not just gonna take it. Okay, windrower. There you are. If he sees, then yes. Fair enough. Okay. Very tight corners coming out of the yards up this hill. What he sees can't hurt him, says Joe. You mean what he doesn't see can't hurt him? The other way round is just terrifying. You can only be hurt by things you can't see. Okay, we got the windrower here. Let's get it unfolded. It's not going to get in between the loader and the mixing wagon there, so we'll have to just be mindful of that when we come back around. But this should get us 9 or 10 bales, most likely. Again, last week I was surprised by how many bales we got just from going around the headlands a couple of times, so I think we can probably get a few out of this. Should we have the beacon on? We should always have the beacon on. Everyone's always pestering me to put the beacon on. There you go. You happy now? In fact, 1 second. There you go. You can see it even better now. How we looking? Good, 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 good. Now got time to have a drink. How's my number plate looking? This keeps falling off. I've stuck... It's got like 20 glue dots on the back of it, and it still won't stay in place. They are weak as shit. I need to get something to properly stick it on. Someone suggested like number plate stickers. Duct tape, I mean, sometimes they're always the best ways, right? But I think what I'd like to do is use command strips. My ignition lock here is actually stuck down with command strips, so I could just peel it off. It's like, you know, like Velcro. It'd be handy to do the same on this, so that I could just take it off whenever I need to put it somewhere else. But yeah, this is literally just... I stuck some command strips on the bottom of it, and there's some stuck on my desk, so I can just put this down and take it off whenever I need to. Which, I mean, I never do take it off, but it's nice to have the option. If I did that with the number plate, then I could move the number plate around, you know, if I want it in a certain place for a certain shot. Rather than having it be permanently in this position. Well, I say permanently. It falls down every 5 minutes because the glue dots that are currently holding it are shit. Okay, make sure we give ourselves enough space to actually couple back up to this. Now for the baler. I don't know if this tractor's powerful enough for the baler, but we'll find out. Well, I think the baler requires 150 horsepower, right? And this is 190. So it should manage. But again, I'm using a few mods that rebalance the engine performance and stuff like that, so you can never be quite sure. Even if a tractor does have the correct amount of horsepower, it might not be able to pull something. Blue tack says Ickle Jitter. I mean, blue tack could work. Blue tack certainly would be stronger than glue dots. Problem is I don't have any blue tack. And yeah, I could buy some, but also if I'm going to buy something, I might as well buy some command strips, because I know that they'll hold it a lot tighter, you know what I mean? Blue tack was my first thought, but I just didn't happen to have any in the house. Okay, yeah, I don't think this is going to work. Call me crazy, but given that it's struggling to pull the baler up this hill, I don't think this tractor's gonna be much use at making bales. And also, we need to get more net wrap, so we're gonna have to go back down anyway. Let's take a shortcut. Hey Matt, how you doing? Ooh, dangerous shortcut. Okay, the net wrap is on the back of the ape. We should have taken it off the back, really, and like put it outside just so that we can refill whenever we need to. But I didn't. I forgot to do that. Refill. Why is it not refilling? Why will it not refill? What's... It's here. The net wrap. It's here. Refill. Is it because they're strapped down? What's going on? Right. Take the straps off. Try again. I don't understand why it's not refilling. Will it not let me refill until it's empty? That's the only thing I can think of. Like, because square bale twine. No, wait, what? What? Hang on a minute. Hang on just a fucking minute. Square bale twine? Since when? Since this was not square, this was not twine when I bought it. I bought net wrap. You could go back and watch the VOD. I bought a pallet of net wrap. It's turned into twine. I didn't buy this. I didn't pay for this. I paid for net wrap. We filled this up with net wrap. You could see that it's still got half a roll of net wrap in it. What the hell's happened? Some kind of bug has occurred, and this pallet of net wrap has turned into a pallet of twine. I swear to God, you can go back and watch the VODs. You can watch the last live stream. We bought net wrap. If you need any further proof, what's the baler got in it right now? Net wrap that we bought last time. That I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off about this. What the fuck do you mean it's twine? It wasn't twine when I bought it. Net wrap into twine. Okay, Jesus. Yeah, wine was a mistranslation. It was actually twine. That means... You know what that means, don't you? That means we're going to have to go to the shop and we're going to have to buy some actual net wrap. Oh my god. We're over an hour in, by the way. We're an hour into the live stream right now. We have not fed our cows anything. We have not yet managed to get food to the cows. I mean, it's realistic, you know. This is what I imagine real farming is like. You know, you've got 50 different jobs to do, and you can't keep track of what's happening when. Except in real life, a pallet of net wrap wouldn't turn into twine. I guess the real life equivalent would be sending a worker to the shop to get some net wrap and they come back with twine. Well, imagine that's what happens. You know, if we're to add a bit of realism into the equation, we'll role play and we'll say that we sent someone to the shop to get net wrap, but he came back with twine. Got to go. See you later, Joe. Thank you for joining. Look, the fucking hay's rotting away, by the way. Oh, we're wasting time right now. Look at the hay. It's starting to Oh, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. Is it possible that I am actually misremembering and that we accidentally bought twine? It can't be, because there's net wrap in the baler. How... When you buy a new baler, it's empty by default, right? Which means the only way that baler could have net wrap in it is if we bought a pallet of net wrap. So we must have bought net wrap. It can't... I can't be misremembering that. Surely. I mean, maybe I'm just a fucking idiot. I don't know. It wouldn't be the first time that I've blamed the game for my own short-sightedness, but I'm entitled to. I'd double-check for you, but that means going on YouTube and rewinding the live. It's alright, Draydog. We'll just... I think, in all honesty, it might have been my mistake. I just don't see how... Again, I don't see how the baler already has net wrap in it if we didn't buy any. Because when you buy a new baler, it's empty by default. So the only way it could have net wrap in it is if we bought net wrap. But whatever. Whatever. It's happened. Doesn't matter how it's happened. It's happened. We'll put it right. And hopefully we'll finally get to feed the bloody cows, because they need their food. They're starving. They're ravenous. I'm assuming shit like this happens to everyone on Farming Sim. Honestly, Draydog, yeah, there is so much to keep track of. You know, maybe it is a mistake. Like I say, it wouldn't be the first time I've made a mistake on Farming Sim. It wouldn't be the first time anyone's made a mistake on Farming Sim, you know. But whatever happened, it's happened. There's nothing we can do about it now. We'll just have to buy some net wrap and make sure that it is definitely 100% net wrap this time. And if anyone's confused about what this entire rant has been about, round bales need net wrap, square bales need twine. Which is why we can't load this twine into the round baler, because it only accepts net wrap. How do we open the tailgate? There we go. Can you sell what you potentially accidentally bought and buy what you actually want? We can't sell pallets of twine at the shop. We can buy the one that we want, but we're just going to have to keep this. We'll just dump it in a corner somewhere and forget about it. And what will almost definitely happen is eventually we will need twine, and I'll forget that we've got this, and I'll end up buying some more. But for now, we're just going to put it in a corner and not think about it. There we go. Okay. One problem almost solved. Nope, we don't need the tractor. We need the ape. We need to go back to the shop, and this time we need to buy net wrap. And we need to be absolutely certain that it is net wrap. Because I'm not saying that I made a mistake, but supposing that I did, let's not do it again. The corner of shit that was bought but you don't actually need. Honestly, every farm's got one, right? All the shit that's almost never needed, but occasionally you need it. And then you forget that you've got it and you buy a fresh one. I mean, that's just life, isn't it? You know, it's like when you go out and buy some sellotape and then you realise that you had like 5 rolls of it in a drawer somewhere. It happens. You forget you've bought something, then you go ahead and buy it again, not realising that you already had it. Batteries is another good example. Can't tell you how many times I've bought new batteries and then been like, oh shit, we got some batteries right here. If you think you're doing a terrible job of farming, then look at Clarkson. Very true, Draynog, very true. It's reassuring to know that there are people out there worse at farming than me. I got new Lego, by the way. I was going to show it at the start of the stream, but I completely forgot. Hang on a minute, let me just get to the shop. I bought some new Lego. I'm still working on some Lego reviews at the minute. I mean, basically all of my videos are on hold right now, because I'm still in the process of moving over my old videos to the new account. But as soon as that's done, I've got loads of other videos that are already, you know, like teed up and ready to make. But yeah, I've got some fresh Lego. It's Lego City. Hold on. We got snowplow. Look at that. Brand new set from like December, I think. Really cool. And I've also got a camper van. Look at that. This is really cool. I love the colour of this. Like nice dark red. And because I spent more than £35, I got a free gift, which is a little go-kart. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's my latest Lego haul. A camper van, snowplow, and a little go-kart. I'm not going to build any of them on stream. These are all just for my own enjoyment, but there will be like video reviews of the two big ones. So you know, watch this space. But yeah, that's my latest Lego. Because I got the bulldozer for Christmas, I've really started getting... I wanted to get back into Lego City. It's one of those ranges that I used to have so much of as a kid. You know, I used to have fire stations, police cars, trains, all sorts of stuff. But then, as I got older, I didn't really have as much. But yeah, once I got that bulldozer for Christmas, it just made me think, damn, I really need to get more Lego City stuff, because it's been so long since I last had anything Lego City. So I bought those. And I'll probably end up getting more as well. There's a new tractor in the Lego City range, which looks really cool as well. Okay, Ronnie wrap. This is what we need. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. We need net wrap. Net wrap. Right? We're clear on this. Net wrap. There's no New Holland branded net wrap. Oh, there's Crone round bale net. Cool. 11 rolls. Oh, they're big. Should we get those? I'm assuming they're compatible. They might not be. Might be a big mistake. It says that it's only compatible with this one specific baler. I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to risk it. Let's just buy... I don't know. I mean, does it really matter if we use a competitor's net wrap? Also, why is there only 5 rolls on this? I want a bit more than that. Come on. Might be a dumb question, but does the Lego store sell any of the Doctor Who sets? Not that I'm aware of, Draydog. I don't think there are any Doctor Who sets out at the minute. Because there isn't really a Lego Doctor Who range. They did a couple of bits and pieces for Lego Dimensions, but that was a few years ago now. Unfortunately, I would absolutely love it to be, but unfortunately there isn't really like a proper Doctor Who Lego range. Which, honestly, I don't understand why. Like, that would be such a moneymaker for Lego and the BBC. And the BBC's always going on about how they need more funding for Doctor Who specifically. Like, the whole point of the brand deal with Disney was so that they had more money to make the show, right? Lego would be perfect for that. If there was an official Lego Doctor Who range, they would make so much. They should do it. I only asked because a few years back there was the 11th and 12th Doctor TARDIS sets. Yeah, again, those were like tie-ins to the Lego Dimensions video game. But it was never like a proper range. It was only like 1 or 2 little sets. But yeah, maybe someday. I really hope so. Look at the town, by the way. We haven't even been into the town yet. We're 3 episodes in and we haven't actually been to Kinlaig itself. We've just been, you know, going back and forth between the farm and the shop. Maybe later on in the stream we'll take a trip over there just to see it. And yeah, to respond to your earlier comment, Draydog, it is a pain in the ass reposting everything to the new account. I'm not reposting everything, which is good, because if you go right back to when I first started posting, like 4 years ago, there'd be over 200 videos. But most of... I am reposting most of my old stuff. There's about 100 videos in total that I need to post. I've done 36 so far over the last 3 days, and I'm hoping I can get the rest done next week. So by the end of January, everything that I want to move over there should have already been moved. But yeah, in total, I think 96 or 98 videos that I am going to be posting on the new account. How many videos do you have, if you take a guess? I think in total I've got about 200 STFC. If you count all of my earlier videos before I started showing my face on camera, you know, back when it was just the piano stuff, probably about 200. But I'm not posting any of my early piano stuff. I started with my Doctor Who covers that I did at the end of 2023, and pretty much everything from that point on is going to be reposted. But there's some stuff that I didn't want to do. Like, I didn't want to put like my follower milestone videos on the new account because it didn't really make sense. It doesn't really make sense for me to put my 5,000 follower video onto the new account, which doesn't have 5,000 followers yet, you know what I mean? So those videos aren't going to be moved over. And there's certain other bits and pieces that won't be moved, but pretty much as I can move, I'm gonna. And the response so far has been amazing. How's the new account doing? Very good, Charlie. We got 200 followers already. One of my videos has already gone a little bit viral. 10,000 views and 1,500 likes. Again, it's been like 8 months since I had that kind of viewership on this channel, so to see that in 2 days on the new account is just insane. But I'm happy about it, you know. Like I say, I definitely made the right decision to start again, because it's already proven itself to work, you know. It's already doing well. Okay, we finally got bale net, by the way. Net wrap. Which means we can start baling again. Didn't take too long, did it? Okay, here we go. Lower the pickup, turn on. Hey! Hey, lovely. Not grass, it's good, honest hay, at last. Okay, not quite as much as I hoped we might get. I guess we did do 3 goes rounds for the grass bales, and we've only done 1 go round for this, so... Are we even going to get a single bale here? Maybe not, actually. Pretty embarrassing. We're going to have to do some more mowing. One bale's all we really need, though. Hey Saul, happy Friday. Hi Marika, how you doing? Good to hear from you. Okay, here we go. Our first hay bale. We've made grass, we've made straw, and now, at last, we've made hay. Beautiful. Pack it up. We gotta bring over the loader. Bring over the skid steer and load it into the mixing wagon. How have you been? Very good, Marika, very good. The new TikTok account's been going very well, so I'm feeling really optimistic. Genuinely, like, for the first time in 2 months, I'm looking at my TikTok account and thinking, wow, this is looking pretty nice. And I'm actually, you know, feeling optimistic about it. Asked that you had to do it in the first place. Yeah, it really sucks that it had to be done, but it's done now. If it works, it works. And it seems to be working so far. Okay, if I put this pallet fork here, am I going to remember where it is? Probably not. Off you go. Happy for you? Thank you, Marika. Okay. Now, bale spike. Where did I put the bale spike? I think I left it up in the field. So we'll go and get that. We'll pick up the hay bale. We'll put it in the mixer wagon. We'll pick up a silage bale. We'll put that in the mixer wagon. We'll make some total mixed ration. We need some silage additive. I didn't even buy any... Not silage additive. Mineral feed. It's not necessary. You don't need mineral feed. But you can buy, like, mineral feed that you mix into the total mixed ration to make it even more nutritious for the cows. And I think it'll be worth doing. I really want these cows at maximum productivity. You know, we need that. We need as much milk as we can get. We need that money. We need to make bank. Especially with the difficulty being as high as it is on this save, we really do need to be doing all we can to make money. So I like milk for drinking, but yes, profit. Exactly, Marika. You got to think about the bottom line in this job. There it is. New account, Ashley Dack. Thank you, Charlie, for pinning that for me. Once again, if anyone does enjoy watching my content here on TikTok, just to remind you that at the end of the month, I will be moving over to a new account. As from the 1st of February, there will be no more videos or live streams on this account. So please go and follow my new account if you want to keep up with me beyond that point. That's the plan anyway. The plan is, after this month, no more videos or live streams on this account. Sorry I haven't spoken, I'm working. No worries, Charlie. Same for other apps or just TikTok? Nope. Just TikTok, Marika. I'll still be continuing as usual on the other platforms. And it's been brought to my attention that just mentioning the names of the other platforms might have contributed to me getting shadow banned in the first place. So on the new account, I will never ever say the words. I'll never say the name of one particular app. It seems like YouTube's fine. You're just not allowed to mention the other one. TikTok apparently hates even mentioning its existence. Yeah, so from now on, we will unfortunately be having to call it Purple App. Which I think is stupid, but, you know, TikTok doesn't like to share. TikTok doesn't like the fact that I'm live on other platforms. They'd prefer it if I was just on TikTok. So, anything that reminds them that I stream elsewhere, they don't like. Are you finishing Outlast before switching? Probably not, STFC. I don't think we're going to finish Outlast by the end of the month, especially after Wednesday's stream, which I do apologise for, by the way. I just came over all funny. It's not the first time it's happened. It's happened to me with certain first-person games before. I think it's some kind of motion sickness, or it could have been the green from the night vision. Just like giving me a headache. But yeah, it's not the first time that I've played a game and just after 10 minutes I'm like suddenly having a really bad headache. But I'm hoping that I can still finish Outlast, you know. I'm hoping it was a one-off thing and it's not, you know, going to interfere with me completing the game, because I really do want to finish it. It's a great game. But yeah, thanks to what happened on Wednesday, it's going to take a little bit longer than expected to finish it. And also, I don't want to confirm for definite, because we'll have to see what happens, but if I can finish Outlast before the 26th of February, the new Resident Evil comes out on the 26th of February. And again, I don't want to make any promises, but if I can finish Outlast in time, we could play the new Resident Evil for Horror Wednesday. It would be really cool to play a brand new game on stream. We don't get that chance very often. So we'll see what happens. Have you played the other ones? I've played a few. I haven't played all of them. I've played... no, I haven't played Village, sorry. Wait. No, Village is 8, isn't it? I've played 7, which was Biohazard. And I played a couple of the originals back when they were on the PS1. But I haven't played all of them. I haven't played the whole series. But what I have played, I've enjoyed, you know. And like I say, the chance to play a brand new horror game on stream for the first time in a while, I'd be silly not to take the chance, you know. Okay, there we go. Forage has been added. We just need a silage bale. Is the silage ready? Has it fermented? Fermenting 4%. It's only 4% fermented. Okay, this is going to have to wait overnight. I mean, it might make sense for us to just go and sleep. I know it's only 2 in the afternoon in-game, but there's not really anything much we can do whilst we're waiting for the grass to... for the silage to ferment. We might as well just skip ahead to October. One more thing that I would like to do, though, is we'll go and get the cows some more water. Because as you saw in the first episode, the cows are a lot more susceptible to hunger and thirst. we really do need to make sure that they never run out of food, even for like half an hour, because they will just immediately starve. So we'll go and get the cows some water, then we'll skip ahead to October, and the bales should have fermented. Then we can mix some total mixed ration, and then we can finally feed our cows the good stuff. No more grass for our cows. No, they're going to be on the premium total mixed ration from now on. We probably should have kept some of the grass bales, though, for when we run out of total mixed ration. I didn't think. I don't think before I do things in this game, and that's a problem. And we might end up having to buy more grass because we don't have enough to feed them. Charlie says, I think you should play Planet Zoo if you like animals. I think I might enjoy Planet Zoo. I'm a big fan of those kind of tycoon-style games. In fact, I remember playing a game called Zoo Tycoon on the DS, was it? I don't remember. But yeah, it's definitely the kind of thing that would be up my street. I've never played Planet Zoo specifically, but I've played plenty of other of those tycoon-style games, and they are a lot of fun. So it's definitely something that I'd consider at some point. I'm just realising how bald the tyres are, by the way. We've got a mod that wears down the tread on the tyres. God, these are looking pretty bad. Whilst we're heading towards the shop, we might as well swing by and get the treads redone on the tyres. Or get new tyres. Both Planet Coaster and Zoo are both great games. Yeah, Planet Coaster as well, I could see myself doing. I've played Roller Coaster Tycoon, the original Chris Sawyer game. Although I prefer Transport Tycoon, which I think was his best game. There's some debate because I know a lot more people prefer Roller Coaster Tycoon. But as a fan of trains, obviously Transport Tycoon was gonna take the biscuit for me. Right, water. Let's go get our cows some water. I'll tell you what I'm really looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to doing my first stream on the new account. Because it might actually do well. The only reason that I'm still streaming here right now is just so that I can tell people to go and check out the new account. But honestly, when I finally stream on the new account for the first time, I'm just really hoping it goes well. I think back to the first live stream that I ever did, and it went really well. And I miss when above everything else, I just miss when my live streams used to do well. I just miss the days when we'd have 50, 60 people watching, and everyone was asking questions, everyone was talking, you know? I just miss that. And that's not to say that I don't appreciate my regular viewers, because there are a few people out there who tune in to every single live stream, and I'm so thankful for that. But yeah, I just miss when the streams were busy, you know? I miss when there were lots of people here. And I really, really hope that with this new account, we can get that again. We can achieve that again. Marika says, I was thinking that tractor is... Dang, that tractor's moving. Looks at the speedo at 25. It feels faster when you're in the cab, doesn't it? You look at the speedo and you're like, damn, I'm only doing 25 right now. It feels like I'm doing twice that. I remember start watching you in like 2024 summer, and it had so many people, if I remember. Yeah, that was the peak of it, really. Like, the first few months that I was streaming were the best. Those were, like, when my streams were busiest in those early days. The first game I ever played on stream was... I think it might have been Abe's Exodus. I didn't start as a gaming streamer. You know, my first live stream wasn't a gaming stream. It was a mobile phone stream. And in those early days, I did a lot of streams like that, where I was just, you know, talking to the camera and basically just Q&A stuff. But once I started doing gaming streams, that's when my account started to get really popular. Like I say, those first few months were really big. And like I said earlier, I know we can get back to that. I know we can achieve that level of viewership again, if TikTok would only let me, which is why the new account is going to hopefully allow that. Oh, repair doesn't actually fix the treads. How do I repair the treads on the tractor then? I wonder. When did you start streaming on TikTok? My first ever live stream was, I think, May 2024? Or it might have been June. It was like mid-2024, put it that way. Which is, you know, almost 2 years ago now. And it's just crazy to me. Like, in my first year on TikTok, I got 5,000 followers. And in my second year, I've gotten half of that. And in the last 2 months, I've gotten none. None whatsoever. Because every time I get like 2 or 3 new followers, my follow count just goes straight back down again from people unfollowing. It just doesn't move anymore. It just stays. It's been at 7,660 something for months, and it really annoys me. And I know that I know. Again, the thing that pisses me off most is I know that there are people out there who want to watch my streams, but they can't watch my streams because TikTok doesn't tell them when I'm streaming. Like, literally, earlier today, I had someone join my stream. You know, Joe joined the stream earlier, and he said, oh, it's been months. It's been ages since I last saw one of your live streams. And yeah, that's weird, that, isn't it? You haven't seen one of my live streams on your For You page for months. Yet I've been streaming 3 times a week for the last few months. Isn't that crazy? That, like, I'm streaming as much as I am, and there are still people who are coming onto my stream and being like, wow, I haven't seen you for ages. It pisses me off so much. And again, hopefully we can put that behind us. Once the new channel's up and running, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can put that behind us. We can forget all about it. It'll have just been a rough patch, you know, a bad chapter that we can put behind us. That's what I'm hoping. Hello from Saskatchewan, Canada. Hope your Friday's good. Thank you, Hodge1. Thank you very much. How is it over there? Oh, a little bit stuck. Okay, they have plenty of water now. Grass is running low. STFC says, I have to search your name now because I don't get notifications. Exactly, exactly. People don't. People don't. So many people. Again, I know that there are people out there who want to watch my live streams, but they can't because TikTok doesn't tell them that I'm live. And it just really sucks putting, especially with videos, it sucks putting so much time and effort into a video and knowing that there are people out there who will enjoy this video, but they'll never see it because TikTok won't show it to them. -30s right now. Damn, Hodge1. Fortunately, it doesn't get that cold over here in the UK. I can't even imagine what that kind of temperature would be like. That's insane. I get notifications from Discord, so it's fine. Yeah, that's good, STFC. That's part of the reason why I always, you know, make sure to notify people on Discord when I go live. Because then at least some people know that I'm live. You know, at least I can put the message out there. Okay, it's 2:45. I'm gonna go and sleep. Because we can't really do anything until these bales have fermented. I think you should try and get more people to join Discord just in case. I mean, I do always encourage people to join the Discord anyway, STFC. And the Discord's not doing too badly. Hopefully, you know, with this new account, maybe even the Discord will get bigger as well. It's a dry cold, as they say, says Hodge1. They do say that, don't they? People say that a lot. I don't fully understand it. It's something to do with humidity, right? Like, I get the science behind it, but when people say dry cold, or like wet heat, it just doesn't quite scan in my mind. Anyway, let's go sleep. Hey Walter, by the way, we haven't spoken to him yet. He's just been there the entire time. We haven't even said hello. Been just stood outside our house for 2 months. Haven't even offered him a bed. Oh, there's a telly up there. Was there a telly up here before? I don't remember this telly being up here. Also, what the hell is... what's this? What is this? This looks like some YouTube found footage shit, you know? Looks like generic YouTube ARG analog horror. If I keep watching it for too long, the scarecrow's suddenly going to have a skull instead of a face or whatever. That's the vibe that's giving off. I'm going to go to sleep. And we'll wake up at 6. Are you going to upgrade your vehicle, says Matt? We might buy a new tractor at some point. But these two are fine for now. Oh, let's do a save as well. I don't want to know what the previous owners were up to. It's a bit weird, isn't it, Draydog, that whoever lived here before us, they just left a telly on in the attic. Kind of a dick move, to be honest. Imagine before you move out of a house, you put a telly in the attic, turned on, so the next owners just get a huge utility bill. Kind of fucked up. Although we have been here for 2 months and we haven't turned it off yet. There's also like 3 different laptops around the house that are just permanently switched on as well. These 2 lamps, we got 2 bedside lamps and we never turn either of them off. They're both just on full time. Apparently we do not care about conserving electricity in this household. There's a laptop down here, that's permanently turned on. These 2 light bulbs here are permanently turned on. The rocking chair seems to be glowing. I don't know if that's powered by electricity, but it glows. There's there's 2 lights in here that are turned on permanently. There's another laptop somewhere. I can't remember where it is. There's another room that has another laptop in it. Where is it? There it is. Another laptop that's just turned on. It's got the exact same screen as well. Someone has turned on both of these laptops and gone to the same website. Maybe they're having a conversation with each other. Maybe someone would just permanently lived in this room and then someone else lived upstairs and they just left their messenger open. I don't know. Let's go outside. I feel like we're getting distracted somewhat. Let's play Farming Sim. What are we on with? I need to go and check that the bales are fermented. A pretty nice house, says Hodgewell. It's a nice house. Definitely a nice house. Clearly we can afford it, because we can also afford to keep all of the electric on all the time. Every single device. Do you have to pay bills in this game? We do, actually, Charlie. Well, not bills. We do have to pay taxes. We got the red tape mod, which adds in a realistic tax system to the game. So we are going to have to pay that sort of stuff. There's no bills, per se. We don't have to pay an electricity bill, fortunately. I'm going to hop off, says Marika. Thanks for joining, Marika. See you later. Oh my god. These bales... These bales are 27% fermented. They're nowhere near done. How long is that actually going to take, then? Catch you later. See you later, Marika. Can you even use the laptops, or are they just decoration? They're just decorative. I'm not sure what to do now, because we need silage. We can't make total mixed ration without silage, and these bales are not going to be fermented for at least another day. I think we might have to go to the shop and just buy a silage bale. Which I'm not happy about. There's a lot of things I'm not happy about today. I'm not happy that I bought the fucking wrong twine for the baler. I'm not happy that I sold my straw bales when we needed them to make total mixed ration. I'm not happy that I'm now having to go to the shop to buy silage bales to make total mixed ration because ours aren't fermented yet. I'm very much not happy that I've just tipped the tractor over. Well done, Saul. Well done. How are we going to get that back on its wheels? Where's the wheel loader? It's still up in the field, isn't it? Oh, for God's sake. Oh, I love this. I love playing with this ultra realism mod pack, but having to walk from place to place it gets tedious after a while. How many years have you been playing Farming Sim? Since 2015, Grey Dog. I got Farming Sim 15 on the PS4 for Christmas. And I've played it ever since. I was hooked, like, from day one, really. I've owned every Farming Sim since. So, yeah. 10 years now. Almost 11. Have you ever driven a tractor IRL? I have, actually, Charlie, yes. My granddad used to work on a farm. So I've spent a lot of time on farms. I've never farmed myself, per se, but I've like I say, spent a lot of time on farms as a kid, which is what really made me interested in farming. You still use your PS4? I don't have it, Grey Dog. I haven't had a PS4 for 5 years now. In fact, longer than that. I haven't had a PS4 since I went to university, which was in 2017. It's been 8 years since I had a PS4. I've got my PS1, my trusty, hold on, it's just out of frame, you can't see it, but I've got my PS1 on the desk here. But once I switched over to PC, there wasn't really any need for me to keep my PlayStation. And I've not really bothered with consoles since. Like I say, apart from the PS1. But that's a retro console, you know what I mean? It's not like the big player anymore. Okay, back on the wheels. PS5 is 6 years old this year, which is crazy. It didn't even feel like that long ago. It is crazy. It is how time flies, you know. The PS5. My brother got one the year it came out. Got one for Christmas. That was 6 years ago. That is crazy. I can barely see a thing, by the way. It's very dark. Price hasn't come down much either, has it? No, honestly, they still cost a fortune. Consoles have become a lot less affordable than they used to be. I think that's fair to say. Where am I? I've gone a different way. I can't see where I'm going because it's dark. We've taken a wrong turn. We are in Kinlaig. The actual town of Kinlaig, which I did say that I wanted to visit it because we haven't been here yet. Look at this. This is the actual town. And it's very much not designed for tractors. Hold on. I would like to come back and have a look around when it gets a bit lighter, you know, to really see it. But, I mean, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I like what I'm seeing. Ignore the postbox shadow just flicker in and out of existence. Also ignore the fact that the postbox is absolutely tiny. The scale isn't quite right on some of these assets, but, you know, I appreciate the attention to detail anyway, you know. It looks really good. There's a coffee shop called the Kelpie, I like that. Land Rover. Scottish flag, obviously. Oh, can we go in the church? No. That's a shame, that would have been nice. We'll come back when it's lighter and we can really see properly what's going on. But this looks cool. I like to say, we're 3 episodes in. This is the first time we've actually been to town. The first time we've actually seen Kinlaig itself. So we'll be back. We'll come back later. I started with either PS1 or PS2, then upgraded to 3 and 4, and then to Xbox, says Draydog. I was pretty much PlayStation my whole life, honestly. I started off with a PS1, and I owned every I've owned every PlayStation console except the PS5. But yeah, I switched to PC when I started university, because I needed a PC for my coursework anyway, so I just used that to play games on. And I just kind of stuck with computers ever since. They're making a Steam machine which will wipe out the PS5 and Xbox, says STFC. I don't think it will, to be honest. I am looking forward to the Steam machine. I don't know if I'm going to get one, but I am certainly intrigued by it. It's an interesting idea. I don't think it's going to compete, to be honest, though. I don't think it's going to outcompete Xbox or PlayStation. Simply because of the price. Like, we don't know the price yet. They haven't confirmed how much it's going to cost, but it sounds like it's going to cost roughly the equivalent of, like, a comparable PC, which kind of defeats the point. Like, the whole idea of it is that it's the power of a PC at the price of a console, but it looks like it's going to end up being the power of the PC at the price of a PC, but in the shape of a console. You know what I mean? Again, I'm hoping that I'm wrong, and I'm hoping that it does, end up being an affordable option. But from what we've seen so far, it's kind of like they chose all the worst parts of consoles and all the worst parts of computers and put them together. You know, counterintuitively. If you're designing something that's like a hybrid console and computer, you pick the best bits, right? You take what makes computers good, you take what makes consoles good, you put them together. But from what I've seen so far, again, I could be wrong, but from what I've seen so far, it looks like they've taken the worst bits of both and put those together. I'm intrigued. The shop's closed. I'm intrigued. I'm looking forward to seeing what becomes of it, and I hope that it does, you know, exceed my expectations. But I wouldn't be too optimistic, to be perfectly honest. Charlie says, yeah, it'll cost about £800. So what's the point? If it's as powerful as a PC, but it also costs the same as a PC, just buy a PC, right? I realise that £800 is actually fairly reasonable for a PC these days, but again, if you want to spend £800, you could buy a comparable PC that's an actual PC. You know what I mean? It just I can't quite see the market for it. I'm not sure who it's supposed to be for. But we'll see. Again, we'll see. I am looking forward to the new Steam headset. I can't remember what the new VR headset they're doing is called, but I'm definitely looking forward to that. And I might actually consider picking that up, because I've always wanted VR. I've played a few VR games before, but I've never actually owned a VR headset myself. If the new Steam VR turns out to be good, I might consider investing in that. I don't know why I'm walking all the way back to the farm, by the way. The shop doesn't open for 2 hours, so I just thought I'd walk home and then walk back again. What time are you on till? It's going to be till 8 o'clock tonight, Charlie. I remember playing that Simpsons game on PS1 or PS2, but I can't remember what it's called. Do you mean Simpsons Hit and Run, Grey Dog? One of the best video games of all time. The iconic Simpsons Hit and Run. It's also unfortunate that some games can't be played on my PS4. This, for example. Yeah, PS4 and Xbox One have been pretty much discontinued at this point in terms of new games, right? So that's the thing for me. Again, I'm not trying to shit on consoles, because I'm not interested in getting involved in the whole argument about PCs or consoles. I think they're both good options depending on your specific needs. But one thing that I will say about consoles is, you know, eventually support is discontinued. Eventually there'll come a day where they don't make games for that console anymore. Whereas with a PC, in theory, you can play any game on any PC. Obviously, in practice, that's not true. You know, games get bigger and bigger. You're not going to be able to play a game like this on a shitty little Windows 3 PC from the fucking late 80s or anything like that, right? That's not going to... But you know the point that I'm trying to make, right? Is that PC... I think a PC has a lot more longevity. You know, like, you could play this on a PC that's 10 years old or older, right? Whereas you can't play this on the PS4 because they didn't release it on the PS4. You know what I mean? So I think in that respect, PC is the better option. But again, I'm not trying to say that in a way to shit on consoles, because I do like consoles. I think, you know, consoles are the best option for certain people. It depends what your specific needs are. If a console is right for you, then get a console. If a PC's the better option, then get a PC. You know, that's always been my attitude. But yeah, the longevity thing is definitely a big plus for the PC. Anyway, back to the game. All have good and bad, that's the way it is. Exactly, Hodge. You know, like, the perfect console or the perfect PC doesn't exist. Because if it did, everyone would have it, right? You know, if there was one option that was, like, universally agreed, this is the best option, then everyone would have it. Different strokes for different folks, right? It depends on your needs, depends upon your situation. For some people, PC is the better option. For some people, a console is the better option, and that's fine. That's how it should be. And can't we all just get along? You know, that's at the end of the day, that's the most important thing to me. Can we just get along? Can we not just rip each other to shreds because we don't have the same console as each other? You know, that's always been my attitude. Busy at work, sorry for being quiet. No worries, Charlie, no worries. You're with us in spirit. I'm going to turn the time scale up slightly. Just because the shop doesn't open till 8, and it's still only 7. How long in game time have you been farming? Well, we started in August, and it's October, so not that long. Each in-game day is a month, so like on the calendar, today's October, tomorrow's November, and so on and so forth. So this is our 3rd in-game day, and also our 3rd in-game month, if that makes sense. You can decide, obviously, how long you want months to be, though. You can go up to... I think you can go up to real time. You can, like, set a month to be 31 in-game days. But I just have mine set to 1 month, 1 day. Okay, I'm going to walk back to the shop. By the time we get there, it should be open. Quiet. Beautiful morning. That looks like a nice house. Oh, there's someone there. Don't talk to him. Don't talk to him. Just keep walking. Avoid eye contact. We've successfully avoided speaking to anybody so far in the game. We haven't even spoken to Walter, and he's just been stood outside our front door for 3 months, so... It's certainly a beautiful map. It is, Hodge. It's absolutely gorgeous. I think it's safe to say that everyone was a little bit concerned, a little bit anxious about Giant Software doing an official UK map, because they've never done a UK-based map before. And I think a lot of people, myself included, were a little bit worried that they might not get it right. But they have. They have. It's, for me, it really hits the mark. You know, it feels very natural. It feels very British. This could be my village, you know. This could be, like, the village that I grew up in. It does feel very natural. And I appreciate that. Oh, train! Oh, it's despawning as it passes. Shame. That's my render distance, I'm afraid. The train is weird, though. The train looks really weird. It's a farming game. I'm not going to dock points for them not getting the train right, because it isn't a train game. But as someone who's very much into trains, the train's bad. It's not well. It's not a good train. Is this new TikTok account? The new TikTok account is where I'm going to be posting starting next month. So I've got a few videos that I'm posting over there right now, and at the same time, I'm going to be streaming here until the end of the month. But starting in February, I'm not going to be posting or streaming on this account anymore. So please do go and follow my new account, Ashendak, if you're watching on TikTok. Again, just to reiterate for people who don't know, the TikTok account that I'm using right now has been shadow banned, which means my videos aren't appearing on people's For You pages and my live streams aren't being recommended to people. So I've just started a new account, and starting from next month, I'll be streaming and posting on that account instead of this one. So it's called Ashendak, Ashindac. You can see it on screen if you're watching on TikTok right now. Please do go and follow it, because in February there will be no more videos or live streams on this channel ever again. That's the way it is. Adjustable time speed, never tested it, too busy farming. Yeah, you can play around with the timescale quite a bit, Hodge. You can turn it from real time all the way up to 360 times, which is crazy. We got it on 10 right now. I usually keep it around 3 or 5, depending. But occasionally I turn it up a little bit faster when we need to just skip a bit of time. Like right now we're waiting for the shop to open, so I've turned it up a little bit. I love the tyre wear. It's cool, isn't it? This is from a mod. I can't remember what the mod's called. It's probably just called something like Real Tyres or something like that. But yeah, it wears down the treads on the tyres, which is a really nice touch. Where's the map located in England? It's actually in Scotland, Charlie. It's not a real place, but it's based on the Scottish Highlands. Will do. Still going to be mod? Yes, you can be a mod on the new channel, Charlie. Don't worry. I guess most of my moderators here on this channel, I'll add them on the new one as well. I've gotten stuck on the wrong side of the fence. You can't jump over this fence from this side. Oh, there we go. Yes, you can. Right, is the shop open? It's open! Okay, right. We need a silage bale. I've literally waited all morning, all night and all morning for a single silage bale. Please sell me it. Thank you. What a job. All of this just to feed a cow. We've been live for 2 hours, and we've yet to give our cows their total mixed ration. There's a mini over there. Classic one. I love how it's got the lizard branding on it. I love how all of the cars, even if it's so incredibly obvious what car it is, it's still got lizard branding on it. But that's obviously a Mini. This is a Skoda. Oh, this is an actual Skoda. It's even got the Skoda badge on it, because Skoda's a licensed brand in the game. That's cool. A Skoda Octavia, specifically. I think we could buy one of those. Hang on a minute. Just quick tangent. Can we buy a Skoda Octavia? We can. We can... It's wild to me. Of all the brands that would be in Farming Sim, I don't know. For some reason, I just wouldn't expect Skoda to be one of them. But there we go. You can buy the Skoda Octavia, the Kodiaq, or the Enyaq Coupe. I don't know. It just doesn't seem Like, why Skoda? I mean, I'm not complaining, but it's just odd. Okay, silage bale, get that added in. And finally, after 2 hours, we've got all the ingredients we need to make total mixed ration. Turn on the mixer. Okay, now unfortunately it hasn't quite accepted the whole bale. And there's also too much straw in there. So we're not going to get a perfect mix. I also don't think we can add silage... I don't think we can add mineral feed into it once it's full. So I guess we're not adding mineral feed. Well, I mean, we can try. We can try. Let's buy a pallet of mineral feed and see if we can put it in. But I don't think it'll let us because it's already full. Just followed the other account. Hope you're good. Thank you very much, Jess. I appreciate that. Like I say, starting from February, I'm not going to be posting any more videos or live streams on this account. It's all going to be over on the new one. So do make sure you followed over there if you want to continue to support me. And thank you very much for doing so, Jess. Can you get stuff delivered to you in bulk, or is that not a thing? Unfortunately not, Charlie. There are some mods that let you get stuff delivered to the farm, I think. But we don't have any in this particular mod pack right now. I'm going to sub to your Patreon soon. Can I give you an idea for Patreon? Sure, Charlie. Suggestions for Patreon stuff are greatly appreciated, by the way. I am going to start posting more stuff on Patreon this year, and I already have posted a little something on Patreon just last week. But yeah, hopefully the Patreon stuff is going to be a lot more regular this year. And if you are a Patreon member and you want to suggest anything that I could do on the Patreon, feel free. Yeah, it's not going to accept it. It's not going to accept it because the trailer's already full. So we got a whole pallet of silage additive now and nothing to do with it. Right, let's go. What time is it over there, says Matt? It's currently 7:10, Matt. How's the spider? He's not too bad, Jess. He's still not eating. He hasn't eaten for a long time now. But I mean, he seems all right. He seems healthy in himself, you know. But he just won't eat. I've tried every single day to offer him a mealworm, and he just won't take it. It's been over 4 weeks now. The last time he ate was on Christmas Day. Which was 4 weeks and 2 days ago. So it's... I mean, it's never good, you know, it's never a good sign when an animal goes off their food. To be fair, though, he did molt last week, and they don't eat for a while before they molt, they don't eat for a while after they molt. It could just be because he's been through a molt recently, and he's not quite ready to eat yet. I'm going to keep trying, you know, I'm going to keep offering him food every day, and hopefully he will eventually take it. In the meantime, I've been giving him sugar water, so he has been getting, you know, a bit of energy from that. And obviously he's been getting hydrated from that as well, so I'm looking after him, I'm keeping a close eye on him. I'm really, really hoping that he will start eating properly again soon, but yeah, it's been a while. How many weeks until it becomes concerning? Well, spiders can go for quite a while without food. You know, especially jumping spiders. Most jumping spiders are scavengers, so in the wild it can be quite a long time between meals because they eat what they can find, you know. But yeah, 4 weeks is definitely not a good sign. It's not necessarily a bad sign, because again, it could just be because he's malted recently. I mean, anything outside of the normal routine is concerning, right? And he used to eat once every 2 weeks, so the fact that he hasn't eaten for 4 weeks is definitely concerning. Is it mixed? Follow the other account? Thank you, Charlie. Will it not let me mix unless I have the exact right amounts of each thing? Because if so, we can't do it. We can't take straw back out. This has been a bit of a disaster, if we're being honest. We're still no closer to actually getting the fucking cows fed, because I don't know anymore. I don't know. I'm starting to get a little bit frustrated with it, to be honest. I think we'll just leave the feed-in for today, and see if there's any other jobs we can be getting on with, because this is starting to get on my nerves, to be quite honest with you. Let's go do something else. There's plenty of other jobs that need doing around the farm. I'll try and figure out how to get them fed off camera, because we've spent 2 hours on this so far. Sorry, I know nothing about spiders. What does molting mean? Molting's when a spider sheds its exoskeleton. They do it quite often when they're growing, and then as they get older it slows down. I think he's fully grown now, though. I think he's had his last one, so... The Sammy Fortis. I don't know. It's a pretty weak tractor, to be honest. I would like to have it just to have a tractor that's not like one of the big brands, you know, just to have something that's not a New Holland or a Massey. But at the same time, it's only got 160 horsepower. It's a little bit weak. It does have a front hitch, though, which is a plus. You know what? I'll buy it. I'll buy it. Why not? We can afford it. We got money. Okay, what needs doing? Harvested. Does anything need ploughing? Weeding and ploughing. Okay. Now, our plough is quite big, isn't it? Ploughs. Yes, this is our plough, the Pottinger Servo T6000. Requires 210 horsepower to operate. Now, our most powerful tractor that we currently own if I can find the right page for it. Okay, the T8050. Oh, the T8050's got 360 horsepower. I didn't realise it was that powerful. Okay, that'll do. That'll do. And where is it? Here. decouple this. We don't need that right now. Oh, it's raining. I don't think we... Can we plough in the rain? Is that alright? I mean, in real life, you know, if you plough in the rain, it's going to make the mud all even more clumped and... I don't know. I think in-game we can get away with it. Did you see my comments above about the Patreon idea? Yeah, like I say, Charlie, if you were to become a Patreon, and if you had any suggestions about Patreon content, then I will, of course, take them into consideration. Okay, do we start with the... We start with the rows, don't we, if we're doing ploughing? And then we do the headlands last. Okay. Steering assist. 4 headlands. Hey, L2 Trappy, how are you doing? Work direction. Automatic. Cruise control. Right. I think that'll do. Oh, I accidentally hired a worker. No, I don't want to hire a worker. I want to do it myself. Okay. Subscribe on YouTube. Thank you, Trappy. Are we stuck already? You joking? Yeah. Is this because it's raining? I thought that this tractor would be powerful enough for this. I did. I think it is because it's raining, though. Like... The rain just makes the mud clump together. It makes it really difficult to cut through with a plough. Awkward timing, because now we can't feed the cows. We can't plough the field. What can we do? What job is there that we can actually do right now? And if there isn't any, then, well, we might have to end the stream a little bit early. I was thinking of ending at past instead, to be honest. Which is, you know, we've still done 2.5 hours if we do finish at past. And it's been a good stream, but obviously quite slow again, as they all are these days. Like I said earlier, I'm looking forward to streaming on the new account. I'm just looking forward to doing a live stream that actually gets a decent amount of views for a change. And that's not directed at any of the people watching right now. You know, that's directed at the people who have decided not to push my videos for people to see. I'm not going to keep going on about it, because I feel like I just keep going on about it all the time. But you know my feelings on the situation. I just think it's such a shame that I put so much effort into my videos and live streams and they just don't get pushed. But with the new account, hopefully all our problems will be solved. We can carry on, you know, head held high and see how we do. In fact, I don't normally do this mid-stream, but I'm just going to go and have a quick look at at the new account and tell you how it's doing right now. Okay, we have 220 followers on the new account right now. That's insane. In just a couple of days, that's insane. Thank you everyone so much who has already followed over there. And I think, didn't TikTok remove the limit on streaming? Because when I started on TikTok, you needed 1,000 followers to be able to stream. I think you can stream with any amount of followers now, right? One being me. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Charlie. A follow back on TikTok as a Patreon reward, says Charlie. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily offer that as a Patreon reward, but most of my Patreon... I do already follow most of my Patreon followers on TikTok, so... Kind of, says STFC. How does it work, then? How do you start streaming from a new account? What are, like, the requirements? Because, like I say, back when I started, you just needed 1,000 followers, then you were allowed to start streaming. Shouldn't be any now? Ah, okay. Well, that's good to know. Should be able to stream straight away. That's good. That's what I was hoping. Because I'm sure it won't take us long to build up to 1,000 followers. But just in case we don't get to that by the end of the month, we should be able to stream anyway. So... I think it's still 1,000 for TikTok Studio and 100 for live on a phone. Oh, I'll look into it. I'll find out. And if that's true, then you have to help me get to 1,000 followers on the new account by next weekend. Anyway, I think we're gonna leave it here for today. I know we're finishing a bit early, but to be quite honest. Today's farming sim stream not been the most enjoyable. It's just it just feels like everything we did today went wrong. You know, the mixing wagon wasn't working properly. Then we couldn't plow because it was raining. It's I mean, it's been a good stream and it's been I've enjoyed it, but. Yeah, it's just felt like a bit of... The game itself has felt like a little bit of a chore today. So I'm going to end things a little bit early. Thank you very much for joining, everyone, though. I'm not going to end the stream just yet. I'm going to do my usual wrap-up, so please do hang around. But that's all for the game for today. There we go. Okay, just let me switch over to my big camera. That's it. Okay. So, yes, we are going to end things there for today. Before you go, what's your thoughts on 5 to 8 lives after a week? Oh, great talking with you folks. Thank you very much, Hodge. Thank you for joining. Been great to have you here. My thoughts are... I don't think it's the best option. I'll be quite honest, I don't like finishing at 8 o'clock. It's just a bit too late for me. I feel like I don't have enough time after the stream to relax, you know? I don't have enough time after the stream to unwind, because I'm finishing the stream and it's 8 o'clock at night. You know, I've got to make dinner and then go to bed. I go to bed at like 11. I don't really like staying up late. A few people have suggested 4 till 7. SDFC says you should try 4 till 7. Yeah, a few people have suggested 4 to 7. I think that might be the best option, because the thing is, I think 3 to 6 is a little bit too early, bearing in mind most people finish work at 5, but then 5 to 8 is a little bit too late for me personally. So we could try 4 till 7, you know, split the difference. If people finish work at 5, then they will miss the first hour of the stream, but they'll still get a good 2 hours, you know, so I think that might be... Sorry, my TikTok live just disconnected for a second there. I think 4 to 7 might work. We'll see. The great thing is, when I start streaming on the new account, it's like a fresh slate, you know, so we can... If I decide what time I want to stream, we can do that from the get-go, you know. And if it ends up being 4 to 7, I think next week I might try 4 to 7, and if that works, then we'll do that on the new account. We'll see what happens. I hope you have a great day and weekend. Thank you, Hodge1. So before I finish, I do just want to mention the next live stream will be on Monday, and I'll be playing Minecraft again. Next week, we also have Euro Truck on Tuesday, and on Saturday, which is the last day of the month, I'll be doing an evening with Saul. Haven't decided what I want to play yet, but given that it's going to be my last live stream ever on this account, I should probably pick something good. You know, we should probably go out with a bang. And I say out with a bang, but literally the very next day, I'll be live again on the new account. So don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just moving to a different account. But yeah, next week's going to be Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, and then Sunday, Subnautica will be the first stream on the new account, if all goes to plan. What else? Oh yeah, thank you everyone who has already followed the new account. And once again, just to remind you, if you're watching on TikTok right now, please do go and follow my new account called Ashindac, ASHINDAC. Starting from the 1st of February, I will no longer be posting or streaming on this account. It will all be on the new account. So if you haven't already, please do go and follow it. And before we finish as well, you know, you can also watch me on YouTube and another streaming service, which I'm not allowed to mention by name because TikTok are listening and they don't like me saying the word. But you can go and follow me on that as well, and obviously YouTube. You can join the Discord server if you want to chat with me outside the live streams and keep up to date with when I post and when I stream. You can follow me on Instagram, and I'm... There we go. Instagram there, and Blue Sky there. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, it looks like I'm just pointing at nothing. I should clarify that on the TikTok stream, there's a load of icons above my head. And obviously, last but not least, there's... I'm just going to show you the board. There's Patreon. You can support me on Patreon. Thank you very much to Kate, Jess, Riley, P, Charlie, Amy, Marika, Aaron, Hannah, and Liam for supporting me over on Patreon. Thank you so much. It's so appreciated. I hope you liked the little behind-the-scenes video that I posted last week, and there will be a lot more of those coming this year. I'm really looking forward to some of the behind-the-scenes stuff that I have planned for this year. So thank you once again to Kate, Jess, Riley, P, Charlie, Dan, Amy, Marika, Aaron, Hannah, and Liam. If you'd like to get your name on this board, there's a link in the in my bio or my about section or wherever it is, depending on what platform you're watching on. It costs £1 per month. You get access to behind-the-scenes content, and you'll be supporting me in what I do here on TikTok, YouTube, and the other one. That's all. Thank you very much again to the Patreons. With that, I am going to call it a day, so I will see you on Monday for Minecraft. Go and follow my new account, please. That's it. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye, YouTube. Bye-bye, the other place. I'll see you on Monday. Ta-ta. Oh, wait. Before I finish, I need to mention the Lego again. I got new Lego. I almost forgot about it again. I got new Lego. I got a snow plow. I got a camper van. And I got a free gift, which is a little go-kart. So I'm not going to be building these on stream, but I will be doing review videos of the camper van and the snowplow at some point. So I just wanted to mention that again before we finish. But yeah, there we go. That's my new Lego. More to come. And that's the end of the stream. Thank you, everyone, and good night.